Hey everybody, I'm Sasha, and today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite movies, like one of my most favorite movies, especially if it's a Stephen King film, and this movie is Maximum Overdrive. So, Maximum Overdrive. What is this movie about? Well, Earth gets caught up in the tail of this comet, right? It gets caught in the tail of a comet, like a very strange comet. And then machines all over the earth, all over the world, they go on a homicidal rampage, killing anybody, everybody, anything, everything, whatever. And then there's a truck stop called the Dixie Boy, where survivors they stay because they can't leave with the machine apocalypse going on. So, yeah, they got to find a way to get out to a place known as Haven, where there are no motor vehicles allowed whatsoever. So they could be safe there. So that's what this film is. It's a how are they going to escape? Now, Maximum Overdrive. What did I like about this movie? I love the soundtrack. And the soundtrack I have right here, it's AC/DC's Who Made Who album, as it says right there. Who Made Who. The soundtrack includes Who Made Who, You Shook Me All Night Long, DT, Sink the Pink, Ride On, Hell's Bells, Shake Your Foundations, Chase the Ace, and For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. And it even says right here, Who Made Who is the official soundtrack from the Stephen King film Maximum Overdrive. Yep. And there's a little booklet in here. It talks about Stephen King, mentions Stephen King. But yeah. And I love that it's one movie Stephen King actually directed. Like Stephen King, he's done screenplays like Silver Bullet, Pet Sematary, and like that. He's done screenplays. And here he's directed actually, and I thought that was really cool. Seeing a movie that he directed, like that's so cool. And I know Stephen King, when he was done with this movie, he hated it apparently because he was high on cocaine. Yeah, apparently he actually admitted it. He was high on cocaine making this movie, so he had no idea what he was doing. But I don't care. I loved it. It was a great movie. Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. I mean, even in the trailer he says, "I'm going to scare the hell out of you," and that's a promise. But fortunately not really. Though I must say my little brother, he was 10. His 11th birthday was on the 8th of June. Yeah. So he's 11 now. I remember my brother was 10. I was watching bits of this movie, and yeah, he watched a little bit. He said the movie actually scared him a little. Like, really? This movie is scary to him? Yeah, to me it wasn't really that scary. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was pretty cool. And fine, so it wasn't scary, like Stephen King probably would have thought it was. But I don't care. I thought Stephen King did an amazing job directing. And also Yeardley Smith, she's one of the actresses here in this movie. She's an actress in this movie. She's you probably know her as Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons. Apparently, I read on IMDb, she's embarrassed by this movie. Like, she's actually embarrassed by it or something. Like, really? I mean, I will say her character was pretty annoying. Like, she just keeps screaming and screaming. It's like, oh, you just want to plug your ears. Like, oh my gosh. But, I don't care. I thought she was right for the role. Yeah, who cares? Get ready for Maximum Carnage, written and directed by Stephen King with music by AC/DC. Yep. Special features. There aren't really much special features. There's a scene selection, interactive menus. I don't know. Probably a trailer too. Who knows? Not a truck trailer, but a trailer for the movie. And I like our choices in cast. Actually, Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington, Christopher Murney, Yeardley Smith, J.C. Quinn. The movie had other actors. Like, who else do we have? I forget things sometimes. What else? Stephen King, he makes an uncredited cameo in the beginning where he's a man at the cash point. He puts his card in, and the machine reads, "You are an asshole." And he's like, "Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole." And it reads asshole over and over and over and over and over. It's so funny to me. Yeah. And then Who Made Who by AC/DC kicks in. But personally, I don't care. If the movie was not what Stephen King wanted, I loved Maximum Overdrive. It was amazing. This is a masterpiece to me. It's a masterpiece. Now, I know this movie, I don't think it gets really referenced often. You know, like The Shining by Stanley Kubrick's adaptation, which Stephen King hated. You know, that one gets referenced. Like, it got referenced in Finding Nemo, where he was banging on the door and he says, "Here's Brucey!" You know. Or, in It Chapter 2, which is also Stephen King, you know, where Henry Bowers shows up, he says, "Here's Johnny!" Like in The Shining, yeah. You know, The Shining gets referenced a lot, even on The Simpsons. But then again, I think there's a Simpsons episode, it's called Maximum Homer Drive, where Homer Simpson drives a truck or something. I didn't watch that episode. Haven't even heard of it. I actually read about it in a book here. I have a book here. I have a couple books. And they didn't mention... Oh, Marla Maples is in this movie too. She cameos in the beginning. And I think in the end, I don't know, but she cameos in the beginning, that's for sure. She later becomes Trump's wife. Or ex-wife, I think now. I don't know. But yeah. They don't say this in the movie. It just says written for the screen and directed by Stephen King. But the story of Maximum Overdrive originally came from Stephen King's Night Shift book. I think was his first collection of short stories. It came from the story Trucks. Let me see if I can find it. There's Trucks, there we go. Starts right there it is. Yeah, Trucks. It starts on page 135 and it ends on page 151. And then after that is Sometimes They Come Back. I like that movie, Sometimes They Come Back. That was a good one. Yeah, this book has really good stories in it. I've only read Trucks out of it. I tried reading Children of the Corn, but I never finished it. But I'll try later, though. Yeah, it's based off of Stephen King's short story Trucks. And then, of course, there was a movie in the 90s called Trucks, which was based on the short story. I mean, it was alright. It wasn't really the best. I mean, it was kind of bad. But it wasn't that bad. I remember one day I watched Trucks, and then it's like, oh my gosh. I have to watch Maximum Overdrive. So, yeah, Maximum Overdrive was a better movie. Now, this isn't my first copy of Maximum Overdrive. I have Maximum Overdrive on a movie collection. It's Maximum Overdrive, Children of the Corn, the remake. One of the remakes out of however many remakes there are. Riding the Bullet, Big Driver, Trucks, and Sometimes They Come Back for More. Yeah. But yeah, I prefer Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive was better than Trucks. And also, if you read the short story Trucks and then watch the movie Maximum Overdrive, they are much more related than when you read Trucks and you watch the movie Trucks. It's not really related. Also, speaking of references of Maximum Overdrive, I don't think there are any Maximum Overdrive references really, but I talked about The Simpsons, you know, Maximum Homer Drive, and probably the Mitchells versus the Machines as well, you know, where the Mitchells are at the mall and Katie's on the computer like, it's only at 10%, it's only at 10%. She looks up and then it's a soda machine saying, "Would you like a soda?" And it launches a soda to her and is like, "Just kidding." Ha ha ha. I remember watching that and then I always thought about Maximum Overdrive. You know, where Maximum Overdrive, there's a soda machine. It launches the soda cans at a baseball coach. Yeah, first hits him in the nuts and then hits him in the chest and then in the head. And then it starts shooting at all the other kids. Like, it's funny. It's so funny, but it's so cool. Yeah. I even, and then after a while, I found a video, things you didn't know about the Mitchells versus the Machines. They actually did mention that, the soda machine attack. I mean, being at the mall, it's like Dawn of the Dead, like Katie says. But they also said, watch Mojo, their videos, what they said about things you may have missed in the Mitchells versus the Machines. They said it's also kind of like in Stephen King's comedy horror Maximum Overdrive, where it launches the soda cans, where the soda machine launches soda cans. It's like, wow, I'm not the only one, I'm not the only one who thinks that. And another thing about Maximum Overdrive, the movie apparently almost got an X rating. I don't think we get X ratings anymore. They're more NC-17 now. It almost did because there were going to be gore scenes. I mean, I know that because I read it out of this book. This is Creepshow's The Illustrated Stephen King Movie Guide. Yeah, Maximum Overdrive is in here. There's Carrie, Soap's Lot, The Shining, Creepshow, Cujo, Christine, Children of the Corn. Oh, right there. Maximum Overdrive is on page 44, pages 44 to 46. So, yep. And then it goes to Stand By Me, which is right there. There's King. There's a truck blown up. Yeah. But overall, I loved Maximum Overdrive. I thought it was amazing. So I love the cat. I do like the cast. I love the music by AC/DC. AC/DC, you automatically gets 5 stars out of 5. The movie Maximum Overdrive, it was really funny. It had its good horror moments, and actually there was a jump scare in the movie, when the kid was in the storm ditch, whatever, where the shower water goes, and then he finds the body. He's like, body's not moving, but then the body's like, ah! It jumps up oh gosh, it's like a jump scare. Okay, that was good. I love just about everything about it, and with that, I'm gonna give this movie 5 stars out of 5. Now, the original short story Trucks, it was a really good short story. It was really good. It's honestly, I don't think it really had an ending. By which I mean, it's who knows how it ends. Here, I can read where it ends. Hang on. Right about here. Oh, too far. Okay. The counterman is staggering a little now. He's an old bastard too. I've got to wake the girl. 2 planes are leaving silver contrails etched across the darkening eastern horizon. I wish I could believe there are people in them. Well, I know that's probably doesn't tell you anything, but either way, it kind of, when I read it, to me it just ended with they're fueling up the trucks and all that. It's so they didn't leave, they didn't get out, they're stuck there. So the ending's all up to you. You decide how it ends. And Trucks, it was a good short story, and it was more related to Maximum Overdrive, or Maximum Overdrive was more related to it. So with that, I'm going to give the short story Trucks 5 stars out of 5. It was a great short story by Stephen King. Alright. And I thought Stephen King did a really good job directing. Hey, if he says he hates it, that's on him. I don't care. I love Maximum Overdrive. It is amazing. It's just amazing. Alright, so that's my video on Maximum Overdrive. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe.